Good evening, guys. Welcome to Thrillhouse. Bit of a different one tonight. We've had some technical difficulties in the main comms box, so we're in the little one off the side here, just my little personal space, and we're going to bring it all old school tonight. So jumping straight into the Super 3 room. These guys are under qualifying at the moment. Yeah, so bear with us while we have a bit of an old school, bit more laid back sort of stream tonight. Yeah, thanks Telstra. There you go, Sean. I made sure I put it in there for you. Also tonight we've got a new fella trying himself out in the box tonight. He's the race director for Supercars, and he's going to have a bit of a chat to us tonight and get his commentating chops up to speed. So, Mr. Brady, you there, sir?
Yes, I am. Good, Doctor. How are you, mate?
I'm great, mate. You're excited, ready to go? All pumped up?
I'm looking forward to it. So, first of all, don't like Telstra. Screw them. They're not going to keep us down, though. So, looking forward to a great round two. Round one was fantastic. So, yeah, bring on tonight.
Awesome. Alrighty, so we'll let you get yourself situated there in the Supercars room. We'll be over there shortly. And we'll have a bit of a look what's going on here in qualifying so far for Supercars Super 3. Just about to trip myself over there. So at the moment, to no surprise there, Kenny from the Cosmos is leading the way. 0.4 of a second in front of Fine Moves, who's interestingly this week in a BMW. So normally an Aston Martin campaigner. He's jumped ship, got on the German, and having a crack with that. See if we can get on Kenny this week. Third position so far, we've got OTT in that stunning Craig Lowndes. I think it's a Darwin livery made by Oman Alien. What a car that is. And again, OTT loves the Hyundai. He's all about it. He's been very successful in Supercars 3 with it. So far so good for him again. Another one of our regulars for Super 3 is Hijacker there, the big mate Mustang. Again, point up around the front there, just 0.03 off the back of OTT at the moment. So these guys are actually getting nice and close up the top. Little Black in the Rebel car. So that's King Arthur's old ride. Good to see it back on the track there for Supercars Super 3. Position number 6, we've got G-Man in the Vortex BMW. Another one of the beautiful cars. Look at that. What a livery. Oh, stunning vehicle. Hank Brody there. 7th position so far. Cool Drive Aston Martin. Oop. Big wiggle on the ripple strip there. Catches it up nicely though. Well done. Dilza, Dugga in one of the Fire and Ice Pepsi Max Mustangs. Our man Mikey put a lot of work into those cars and it shows. Look at that. What a stunning livery that is. 9th position. Big Kev Racer driven by Faster Jet, aka the F14 Tomcat. Well, I haven't seen some of these liveries pop their way back up now. I haven't got to see a Super 3 properly because I'm normally in the Supercars room when this is all going on, so it's nice to be able to jump in and have a bit of a look at these cars up close. I can't pronounce it. Major Tom, I'm going to call him. In looks like Scafey's no sponsor Sega car. The old Gibson Motorsport VR, I think that would have been. And who have we got at the back there? Shady FMX in the other one of the Fire and Ice Devil Motorsport Mustangs. Beautiful looking car there. That's the reverse of the Dilza car. So colours are opposite sides. Stupidly large amount of work went into those. Alright. So at the moment, Kenny from the Cosmos is still leading the way. Fire Moves is in second. Getting some new boots on the BMW. OTT is currently third. Hijack is in fourth. Hijack is just making a run down the straight. Looks like he's on a pretty quick lap. Doesn't improve. Yes, he does. Goes to second. Nice work. Geez, these Mustangs are firing at the moment, guys. Good to see. There we go there. Oh, the Silo Man's in the chat. How you going, mate? Good to see you. What's Fine Moves got in the Beamer? Interesting that he's jumped to the Beamer. Ooh, someone off the background. Who was that? The G-Man. Just shortened that thing by about 4 feet. Little Black there in the pits, going for some new tyres. Same with Hank Brody, they come out nose to tail. It's the faster jet. Deals he's one of our longest campaigners now. Nice car control from Deals. Just handled the slide perfectly. Mustang's got a bit of bite to her. I think he's just going to grid up here with Shady FMX. Go for a nice little photo up there with the two fire and ice cars together. Look at that. Yes. Alright, back up the front. Kenny from the Cosmos. He's a real force to be reckoned with, this fella. Good to see him up and about. He's put in a lot of appearances now for Super 3 as well, so he's definitely a keen campaigner. It's good to see some of these really quick guys really getting into this category and really staking their claim to who's next for Thrillhouse Supercars. Another one doing the same thing there. We've got OTT there. Again, I don't think he's missed a round so far for Super 3, so it's really showing that enthusiastic approach. So if there's a spot going to open up in the main supercars groups, then he wants to put his name on it. Fine moves there, lifting himself up into third now. So he definitely hasn't lost any of the speed shifting from Aston Martin to BMW. It's probably a bit of a clever move actually while you're in Supercars 3. Just, you know, get amongst the different makes, see what floats your boat. Little Black there in the Rebel car. Oh, who's just went up? G-Man's gone up to 5th position there. Nice work from G-Man. Still the Mustangs leading the way though. Fine moves in third in the BMW. Then we've got a Hyundai in fourth. Another BMW in fifth. I think it's a Mustang there in 6th position. Hank Brody 7th, the first of the Aston Martins. So this one here is a good indication of what the Supercars boys are going to have to deal with in the next round, because Supercars Group A goes to Interlagos next. So we've definitely organised the Super 3 guys to really give us a bit of a show and tell what the next circuit's going to be in the calendar. And these boys here get to race in an environment that it's pretty much the same as what our guys get to do now, so show their stuff. That's qualifying over. That went nice and quick while I was just rabbling away in your ear there. So Kenny from the Cosmos takes pole position. 0.460 in front of Hijacker in 2nd position. Fine moves there's in 3rd. Sorry for... whoops. Maybe qualify's not over yet, guys. No, was just correcting us. G-Man's in 5th, Little Black's in 6th. 7th position, we've got Hank Brody. 8th is the faster jet. Dills is up to 9th. Shady FMX in 10th. And Major Tom there, currently P11, just coming in for some fresh boots. So there's an update there. We've got 5 minutes to go, guys. So it's enough time for the guys that are just pitting now to get a lap out and sneak around for one more quick one. So Kenny's going to come in and have another crack at some fresh boots. What's Hijacker going to do? He's already out and going around again. Who we got in the chat? Chat's starting to light up. Good to see. Who we got here? We got Shane Sky, Ricky Bobby, Johnny Hill, Glazer, Drifter, How are you guys tonight? You all ready for a supercar Super 2A? It's going to be a pretty full-on race, I think. I'm actually quietly relieved that I'm not actually going to have to grid up tonight now, because I wasn't overly confident. Alright, so here we are with Hijacker here. He's just having a bit of a wiggle there. So far so good for the Mustangs though, 1 and 2. Your body is ready, Shane Scott. That's good to see, mate. That's really good to see. Alrighty, we must be getting close to the end now, guys. I'm just trying to do 2 things at once here, sorry. I'm a little bit jazzed. Alright. Hijacker didn't get any closer. Kenny's off for his last run round now. What's Fine Moves doing? Fine Moves is just complete. Oh, he's halfway around the circuit now for his hot lap. Just quality of that. Preston Hire BMW is a great looking livery. That looks awesome. That is correct, Mr. Sky. Mr. Brent will be making an appearance in the comms box once we get across to the Super 2 Group A room. He'll be doing all the legwork while I kick back and relax and just watch the race, eh? What's Fine Moves got? He's coming down the straight now. Can he improve? He does. Goes to P2. Great lap there from Fine Moves. Well done. Next up, we've got OTT. He might run out of time, guys. He's quite a way back. Who else is coming down the stretch there? G-Man's just finished the lap. Who's coming down the main straight? Here comes Kenny. Can he go quicker? Not quite. Looks like Fine Moves are going to hold on to the front row there then, guys. That's a great little Hail Mary run for him at the end. Hijacker's a little bit further back. Oh, OTT just does a better lap. Doesn't quite get on over Hijacker there, but gets closer. What's Hijacker got? Doesn't sound like he's at full throttle actually. Sounds like he's just running it down. Little Black looks like he's relaxing a bit. Oh. Sideways action from G-Man. Hank Brody there. She's trying to muscle the big Aston round. She doesn't like getting a hustle on the big girl. But the race might come to him too, though. He's got the fuel consumption there, so that'll help him out a lot, especially if he can get in a good slipstream and just might pay to follow someone around for a bit. Just bank a bit of fuel. And if anything, it'll just give him a very short stop time. Thanks for the bits, Ghost. These are not brought to you by Telstra. Oh dear. Good evening, Dadson. How are you? Jim Bob? Cruising? Yeah, Mustang Pride. There we go. Mustang on pole position for Super 3. Right, the guy's going to go around and hop into the pits. Yeah, Dadson, Ghost had a modem malfunction this afternoon, which made it really difficult. So we've done a bit of a scramble, and we're still going to get a stream out to you guys, so you've got something to watch. Not quite as professional as what Ghost would provide, but we'll make do. That's what we do here at Thrillhouse. Alright, so these guys are going to proceed round to the pits. And it'll give Mr. Noble a chance to get the grid set up, get everybody organised, and then we'll get to go racing in Super 3. Woo! Your driver of the day does not go to Ghost Modem. So these boys are all following the instructions nicely, which is good to see. Last couple of cars yet to come around for the pits, but for the most part they're all in. OTT might be out of fuel there. Oh, there we go. Thanks for the bits there, Mikey. Good to see Mr. Withers and Mr. Jim Bob. Crew's over to help the boss pack. Great to see you guys. Awesome work. Really, really appreciate the help there, guys. Great work. Great job. Alright, so we're just waiting on this. Okay, they're about to go back out under virtual safety car, which is great, so we'll be underway very shortly. Come on guys, pay attention. Here we go. Good to see some of the guys are listening to the prompts there. So Little Black, haven't seen much of him before, so interested to see how he goes for the race. Some of these names I'm only learning for the first time myself. Hijack is someone I'm well aware of. Very, very good race driver. Great to see the big mate car back out and about too, because it's one of my favourite liveries from season 3. I think my good friend the Bad Doctor campaigned that car a couple of times, to be honest. Alright, so they're all out on the track now. So we'll get them around and they'll get a bit of a grid up going. And then we'll get the safety car out and about and get this underway. Nice work, guys. Alright, here we have Mr. Noble there in the Thrillhouse Super 3 complete angular Bentley safety car. There we go, I managed to get it all out. It's a real mouthful, that. I think Claude needs to change the name of his shop a bit. Just make it a bit easier to roll off the tongue. In the Super 3 Blue. Beautiful car. I quietly prefer that one over the one I've got to drive, just saying. Alright, there we go. Look at this, I know what I'm doing. On board now, looking back at the field. So can Kenny do another one? What's Fine Moves got for him? What's Hijacker got off row 2? OTT throw the Hyundai out there and mix it up a bit. It's actually a pretty good little race between these guys. They've sort of bashed out a bit of a name for themselves in Super 3. Bit of hard racing. Nice strategy calls from some of them too. Comes Kenny. He's going to come around and assume the lead of the pack. Great to see these guys really getting used to getting themselves organised. Fine Move, there he goes. Moves out of the way. Nice work, Fine Moves. Here comes Kenny. Alright, as we approach the home stretch now, Noble will pull over and let these guys go and grid up. And then we're going to go racing. Oh, he even pops the indicator on. What a gentleman. Go that way, please, gentlemen. Around the side there. I'm going to go this way. Alrighty. So Kenny's going to lead him up to the grid. Beautiful. Look at this gridding up from these guys. It's brilliant. OTT's changing lanes. Oh no, he's going to change his mind back that way. Beautiful work. It's almost worked. Alright. You ready for this one, guys? Super 3, live from Interlagos. These guys are going to show us how to do it. Alright. And we are long hold, racing! Bit of it, oh, it looks like it was Hijacker with a bit of wheel spin there, but is Fine Moves going to get the inside? Not quite. So, Kenny from the Cosmos leads them away with Fine Moves there in P2. Third position, OTT's managed to jump Hijacker, who's had a pretty ordinary start there off the second row. Lost a lot of time, but look at Hank Brody there. Up to 5th in the Aston already. Jumped a couple of cars off the start. It is. Fine Moves is all over the back of Kenny though. He's not going to let him get away now. That's it. Tuck in nicely there. Oh, the big wiggle from the Muzz. He's giving that thing the hurry up on cold tyres. Fine Moves there, tucked in behind. Now what's he going to do? Is he going to push him all the way, or is he going to sit him behind and save some fuel? You see OTT in the background there too. He's really starting to catch him up. He wants to get on these guys before they get away. Look at the nice lines from Kenny though. Gets that Mustang turned in beautifully. Fine Moves all over him with the BMW still though. He's just hanging on there. Doesn't want to get dropped off to... Oh, Kenny with another big slide. What's Fine Moves got for him? He's going to have to optimise his exit up here. Get a good exit, get some good speed along the stretch. As they climb the hill. It's going to complete lap 1. Who's got the speed down the straight? Kenny's 0.46, but Fine Moves is closing. They've pulled a bit of a gap there on OTT already. Little Hyundai's going to run out of breath down the straight, I think. Third position, Hijacker's in 4th there. Hank Brody holding on to 5th nicely there in the Aston Martin, and G-Man right behind him. Shady FMX has got up to 7th. What a start from Shady. Oh, looks like there was a bit of an argument there too with Faster Jet. Shuts him down. Nice work. Good to see Shady up and about. Back to the lead. Kenny of the Cosmos has slipped out to 0.5 of a second now, and he's starting to get away now. What's Fine Moves got for him? Just look in the background there too. Hijacker's really starting to catch up to the back of OTT. A bit of an ordinary start. These 4 have managed to break away from the field pretty cleanly though. They're 3.5 seconds clear of 5th position. But look at the battle pack back here, though. Oh, we've got a penalty on board with G-Man. Trying to get back around Hank Brody there. He's just jumped up to 5th there nicely off the start. Back up the front. Kenny's eked out almost a second now. Farmers has got to go now. He can't let him get any further ahead. Completing lap 2 of 14. Look at the legs in the BMW down the stretch though. Under brakes. Nice work from Kenny there. Nice little wiggle. Just gets it tucked in there beautifully. Alright. There we go. Let's just follow Kenny around for a bit here and just have a look at these lines, guys. This is a guy that's well in control of the car. A little bit of catches that nice slide there. They just gets a little bit out and snaps it back in, no problem at all. Again, another she's a bit loose, the old Mustang. Yeah, Fine Moves is hanging on. 1.4 seconds. It looks like the back three there are starting to close up now. The OTT is going to get himself back into this soon as well. Another wiggle head up the straight there. Looks like he's in control pretty well though. We've got the hijackers in 4th. Yeah, he's definitely closing on OTT now. It's up, he's got it back to a 2nd. This is where the Mustang's really going to have some strength now too, along the stretch. The little Hyundai just does not have that top end. But under brakes into turn 1 though, no contest. The Hyundai just goes, yep, no, I'm going to stop another 50 metres later than you, mate. Don't worry about it. Interesting thing will be car conservation though. Some big long corners here at Interlagos. When you load up the outside of the car, especially quite a lot, like through here especially, just leaning hard. And then you're hard on the brakes into turn 1 as well, which is really, really hard on the front end of the car. This Fine Move's looking... Oh, he's closing up a little bit. Did Kenny make a little mistake there, do we reckon? He's lost 0.5 a second already. Just letting Fine Moves just sneak himself back in. If he gets inside that 2nd, he's going to be tucked in the slipstream up the straight. He's definitely closing though. Wonder if Kenny's going to try the no stop again. It's a big ask for a track with such a lot of wide open throttle. The climb up the hill is just shocking for fuel consumption. It gets to 9.4 and then under brakes. Mustang's so tight on entry there. Fine Moves is definitely doing a good job there in the BMW though. And back here we got OTT. He's just stabilised that gap back to Hijacker a bit now. So it looks like there's a bit of tactical driving going on out towards the front here. These guys are just managing the gaps, looking after the car. Thanks, Cruising. Awesome camera angles, especially when looking at a Mustang. Oh dear. It's going to be a long night. Alrighty, let's just have a bit of a bow, people, what's going on back here. We'll go back to 9th position, so that's the F14 Tomcat. Having a real quiet race here in the BMW. He hasn't quite got himself into the old Brazilian track too well. Chasing down Dilzer, who's up to 8th. Great effort from Dilzer. All round good competitor. Loves a bit of a drive. Loves a bit of a yarn. Really enjoying driving his Mustang this season. We got up here, a little bit of a battle going on here for 5th position. Hank Brody's still hanging on, but it looks like G-Man's really stabilised that BMW now. And I think he's going to be on for 5th here shortly, guys. Very shortly by the looks of these guys. Hank Brody, that stunning looking cool drive, Aston Martin. I think it's Captain Season 2 ride, I think it was, off memory. And we got G-Man there in that absolutely stunning Vortex BMW. I love that livery. The colours, the layering of the patterns, it all just works. What a nice looking car. And it fits the BMW perfectly. Looks like he's just starting to hang around the back of the Aston now a bit, so might be on for 5th. Oh, gets in really close through there. Superior turn-in from the BMW is really evident. Aston's a bit docile on those mid-speed corners, doesn't like to turn in. G-Man's giving him a massive hurry up now, guys. That would be terrifying in the mirror. You'd have just a big BMW emblem, that's it. Can he get the run up the straight though? This is where the Aston shines. Look at the power as they climb the hill. Hank Brody goes, right, suck this, I'm off, see you later. And he's extending. Even with the BMW and the slipstream, the Aston is just gone. Thanks for coming. Two completely different lines there. Hank Brody goes in easy, goes in early, and then we've got G-Man and the BMW, slips it out a little bit wider and goes for the exit line. Good little tactical battle from these two at the moment. Back up to the front. Kenny from the Cosmos. Look at that. It's just slipped out to 2.6 seconds while we've been chatting our way through the field. So he's got this well under control at this stage. 5 moves there in second, with even more of a gap back to OTT. And it looks like this gap here is starting to close up again. So Hijack is still just around the second mark off the back of OTT. So this is a really good track for the Hyundai by the looks of it. It doesn't have that massive loss that it had Suzuka. Yes, there is a big straight here, but the whole back end of the circuit seems to be helping the Hyundai out quite a lot with those mid-speed corners. So Kenny's in, first one to go in. 5 moves follows OTT as well, and Hijack has gone around again. This is interesting. Hijack assumes the lead. Is the undercut on for these guys? OTT's had a good fuel save. He might make up some ground on 5 moves from Kenny here. Hank Brody with a good fuel save as well. So, as the cars exit the pits, it looks like... Wait for it to settle down. Okay, so Kenny's come out in second. 5 moves in third. OTT, look at the gap he's made up there on 5 moves. It's on now, guys. The Hyundai's back in the game. So that's that little fuel save from the Hyundai there. Didn't have to work the car as hard. It's really, it sips away on its fuel quite nicely, the Hyundai. So what it loses in outright pace, it really makes up for in other areas. So now he's 5 moves is within enough time here to get really on the back of 5 moves here, and I think it might be a battle for second here, guys. If OTT can keep it on the road. He's banging the limiter there in the Hyundai. Nice, love it. So what he's going to need to do now is he's going to need to get right on the back bumper of the BMW there and use it to help him tow him around the track. He can't afford to slip any further behind. Hijacker's in the pits. He's managed to save quite a bit of fuel as well, so he might come out somewhere and bounce this little battle here. He's exiting already, so he's going to come out. He hasn't put a lot of fuel in it. 56 in the tank on the exit. So he's light fueled compared to these guys. Where is he? There he is on the pit exit. Oh, that's a close one. He'll be in this battle too shortly. So OTT's not out of the woods yet. He's giving the old Hyundai a bit of a hurry up though. You can hear it banging the limiter. Alright, he's closing up on the back of 5 moves now. He's going to have to make his move pretty quickly here. He can't afford to sit and wait. We're about to approach... We're about to enter lap 10, so... He hasn't got a lot of time left. As you can see in the background there too, Hijacker is closing up. Still 2.5 seconds off the back of OTT, but he is closing. So unless OTT wants to beat this a 3-car party, he needs to clear 5 moves in the next lap or so. Okay, the battle for 5th's changed up. So G-Man's managed to jump Hank Bodie quite convincingly there. It's a great job there for the miners. Ooh. Really, really wide on exit there. It's a nice run up the straight though. Can the Aston hunt him down? It's a big ask. Another 2 seconds now. Alright, back to the battle here. So OTT versus 5 moves. It's still about 1.2. Keeps it straight. I reckon he's safe for a podium at least, which is good to see. It's been a bit of a quiet race though into Lagos though. Not a lot's happened. These guys are just too good. Keeping it a bit too on the straight and narrow. Kenny's just showing his dominance again though. He's out to 4 seconds now. Don't even think he's really pushing now. He's just... Oh, one of the Pepsi cars has gone around there in the background. There's the battle back here looking. 5 moves has just stabilised that gap now. He's out to 1.3. He might have got away with it 5 moves. Oh, that's about as wide as you want to go there, OTT. Any more than that, you're going to grab the grass. Okay, so Kenny's trying to negotiate through the lap traffic here. Not someone where you want to catch and... Oh, turn 1. Around the outside. There we go. Gets it right. Oop. Shady if Rex has just left the room. Must have had a bit of a... Might have been the car we saw spun there, guys. Maybe he's had a bit of a connection issue. It was one of the 2 Pepsi Max cars. Alright, so looks like 2nd and 3rd are about to catch that lap car. He's going to need to stay out of the way there. That's a great job. Nice work. Excellent to see the Super 3 guys really following the lap car procedure there. Just jump out of the way. Let these guys go about their business. Yeah, this is a big one, Pruski. Expecting big things from you next round. I do remember a podium there from yourself in the BMW. Mustang goes well here from memory, V8. Yeah, the Mustang seems to be going quite well here at the moment. Kenny's just donking away from the field now. He's just stabilised the gap at around 3.8. Nearly 4 seconds now. I think he's just backed off a bit now. He's just going to coast home. No need to push the car now. So 5 moves has managed to hold on to 2nd position quite nicely. Short of making a mistake. I think he's right. What we got back there? We got Hijackers. Just, yeah, cruise around in 4th there. It's a good result. G-Man, 5th position. He's taken it to Hank Brodie and showed him the way, so great to see these guys fighting amongst the minor positions. We go there. Little Black there's currently in position number 7 in the Jandal position. On the run home there in the Rabble car. Faster Jet in 8th. You wouldn't be overly happy with this race, I don't think. Had a bit of a quiet one. This is one of those tracks too, though. This isn't one of my favourite tracks either. So you either love it and are good at it, or you hate it and you're slow. There's Kenny again. Look, 4 seconds clear now. Pop the kettle on. Rebel. Alright, so enters lap 13. 3.9 seconds clear of 5 moves there. Wasn't really headed this race, just jumped out in front, ran his numbers, and it's going to come out with a win, short of making a massive mistake. But again, though, this guy shows he's got the potential to be a really, really good points hauler for a full-time driver in one of the teams for Supercars Season 5. And that's not taking anything away from Fine Moves either. Any one of the top 4 here, Kenny, Fine Moves, OTT and Hijacker, are all definitely ready to go straight to Supercars teams as they sit now. They've all got the skill, they've all got the speed, and it's great to see them all getting amongst the Super 3 races here, showing up week in, week out, showing what they can do. Getting amongst it, it's what we like to see. Keep it up, fellas. Alright, let's go back to Kenny as he heads down the straight for the second to last time. About to take the white flag. WPS livery's great, isn't it, guys? Really, really, really solid looking car. Fits the Mustang really nicely too. There's Kenny on his parade lap. Beautiful drive. Yeah, you did a great job there, Alien. I always like to G up a really nice livery, mate. It's good to see. And that's a good thing about Super 3 too. It gets the older liveries that aren't being used by the Supercars teams, gets them back out on track where we want to see them. It's like some gathering dust in someone's garage somewhere. Because this was I do believe this was on a V8's old cars as well. Race campaigned in, I think it might have been Season 2. Oh, big slide there. Kenny's having a bit of fun with it now. Look, guys, he's got the tail out a bit. Still 4.1 seconds clear, so he's got plenty of space. Have a bit of fun. A bit more flamboyant. Coming down the stretch now. That cruises to another win in Super 3. What a great drive. Beautiful work. Takes the win. 5 moves there in second position. Another great drive from 5 moves. Well done. OTT with a solid third place there in the Hyundai. Great job. Hijacker 4th overall. Beautiful work there. So the top 4 guys have managed to jump away to the tune of 25 seconds. Back to G-Man, who's got a little bit of hassle from the Aston Martin behind him. I don't think he's going to have enough time to grab him, though. These guys have banked up a little bit towards the end of the race. Looks like G-Man's going to hold on, though. G-Man hangs on to it. Hank Brodie in 6th. Little Black in 7th. Faster Jet's currently 8th position, and Dilser will be in 9th. So guys, Super 3, what do you think? bit of a quiet race for these guys, but it's only because nobody really put a foot wrong. It was just they got out and they raced and gaps opened up. Yeah, that's it, Drifter. Good to see. Yeah, three of the makes here on the podium, so it's good to see again. It's been spread out nicely. That's what we want to see. Dilser bangs his penalty out just as he gets to the line. Great job, Dilser. Now we have Kenny from the Cosmos, wins it there from fine moves. OTT in third. And we're going to see a nice little picture there. Look at the WPS Mustang again. We're going to get used to seeing that. Pole position, fastest lap, clean race. The clean sweep there from Kenny. Great job, sir. Excellent job. Alright. We're going to bounce out of this one now and scoot over to Suzuka to go and check out what the supercar boys are up to. Super 2. Alright, while we're waiting for this one to load in, we might see how Mr. Brent's up to. How are you going over there, mate?
Yeah, going pretty well. We've had a couple of little test starts and, well, a little bit of argy-bargy, but nothing too serious. So these boys look ship-shape and ready to go. Some good times coming out from a couple of the Hyundais. Also, of course, a couple of these Astons, even though they struggled here, still doing a good job. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens here. Good, Doctor?
Awesome. Well, just on my way in, everyone gets to have a look at that stunning blacklight Vodafone Aston Martin. Oh, look at that car. What a pretty car that is. Oh.
Hopefully I'm not on the rear of Solo Man next round. So that's a good looking car. So
alrighty. Well, I'm in the room. I'm going to have a bit of a bo peep what's going on here. Would you like to go through the field for me, sir?
Yeah, of course. So first of all, I've got GFL from Revolution. Had a very, very good round indeed, actually. Ended up finishing on top. He's probably, I'd say, one of the favourites for this round. Revolution banking a lot of points as well, so they'll be having high hopes that he can come home with a really good result. Napoleon Black Dynamite for Ragged Edge Racing in the Aston here. Had a podium up his sleeve and then unfortunately just threw it all away with a few corners to go at Yamagiwa. He'll be looking to bounce back after that little debacle. Hopefully he does really, really well tonight. And then we've got Barry, who in the Hyundai, he's looking very, very solid indeed. He's had some good times in this counterpunch Penrite entry. And I reckon he could be on for another podium tonight as well, good Doctor.
Yeah, I'm on board with that, mate.
And then we've got the bad Doctor for Blacklight in that stunning Aston that you just saw before. He's looked pretty solid at the moment. Should be right and ready to go. I don't know how much in the way of confidence he's got, but hopefully he's got plenty after his good result last round. Then we've got Lardas for the Alfalfa Motorsport team. He's been looking very, very solid. Just keeping to himself, just making sure he's not involved in any trouble. It's been very solid. His teammate, Subaru. Both the Alfalfa Motorsport cars in this event. And they both look, yeah, pretty solid. They're not going to get involved in too much of the hit and runs, as I think that will happen. But we'll see how they go. I've got high hopes for those boys. Then we've got the Goodmond, who is the championship leader for Super 2. Took pole position last round. Finished off with a third position. So he's looking very, very strong for the start of the season, and he's also looking very, very strong here. He's had some very quick times, so keep an eye on that young man. Then we've got Dan the Man. He's also looked very solid in the counterpunch Hyundai as well. He's had some quick times, been very, very consistent as well. He's just found his rhythm on this track. He's looked very, very solid. Next car we got is Luminous in the General Performance BMW. He's looked pretty comfortable behind the wheel. I feel he's going to be the dark horse for this race as well. He's just, there's something about him that just makes you go, yep, he's going to do well. And his pace has been fantastic too the last few weeks. Then we got Grim Death for the newly named Vortec team for BMW. And I haven't heard much, unfortunately, about how Glendeath's been, how he's gone. Been doing a lot in the behind the scenes of Thrillhouse as well, so very, very important cog. And I hope he does really, really well as well. And then we've got Flat Stick. He's looked pretty solid. He's feeling comfortable. Has said that might be a bit of a bogey track for him, Suzuka. We'll wait and see. He'll be in that Cornerstone Performance BMW, and you never know what's going to happen with him. He might just go all out, or he might just keep it nice and straight. Last but not least, we've got Filthy. Filthy's been very, very quiet. Haven't heard much about Filthy and what he's been up to in regards to Suzuka, the Cornerstone. Playing his cards close to his chest, that's for sure. So it's a total unknown how he'll go, but just watch and see how he does. I reckon he'll be right up there.
Very good. Yeah, the Filthy, I've had a chat with him earlier today, and he isn't overly confident about Suzuka. He just wants to get it out of the way, bank some solid points. So he's definitely the guy that can do it. Just sneak up there at the end. Might be able to bag in the top 10. I think that's what he's hoping for tonight. Yeah, what would be your podium if you had to pick now, sir, judging by what you've seen so far in the pre-event lobby and such?
Well, for me, I can't rule out the Goodmond. His pace has been exceptional. He's got a spring in his step after the last round, championship lead, pole position at Yamagiwa. He's come here, and from everything I've seen tonight, he's been right on it. He's just picked up where he left from an hour and a half down the road in Kyoto, and he is just, looked really solid. Scotty's also had that pace. He's got that Aston dialed in nice and tight, and for me, you can't ignore his pace. It's just solid all round. He's got a good handle on that car. He understands it really well, handles really well. And then my third pick, I'm going to go with Berry, because he's just got that Hyundai really down pat, really comfortable. He hasn't missed a beat, and it looks like it's on rails as well. So that's my podium, and don't be surprised if you see GFL or Luminous up there as well. It's really hard to say, because Super 2A is just such a good field.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pretty good little podium you got going there. I'm gonna slightly disagree. I'm gonna go with Dan, GFL, and Goodmond in no particular order. I'm not going to commit to an order, but Dan especially has been very, very quick in the Hyundai. I've been with him in some test lobbies. Very solid racer, and I think he's got what it takes to sort of help the Hyundai up onto the podium on a track that it's not overly strong at, and he'll be a force moving forward for the rest of the season. I think once the tracks come to the Hyundai, he's going to be an absolute force in that car. Like you said though, the Goodmond, he's been in stellar form so far this season, so it's great to see. Good to see him back at around the pointy end of the field after a quiet season 3. And he's really got in tune with the Mustang really quickly this season. So I expect him to be fighting for first or second. He's going to be banging right up there and hopefully retain his championship lead. And my other pick there would be GFL for Revolution. These guys just cannot do any wrong at the moment. They podiumed every event for round 1, if you can believe that, guys. It's unreal. And very, very quick car, that. And GFL is a very, very quick driver too. If he can get himself into a rhythm, he'll be unstoppable. He does have a little bit of an issue with getting the Mickey on himself. If he gets himself out into a bit of space, sometimes he tends to throw it off the road a bit, but we'll hopefully he can get himself under control and just bag a really, really nice podium tonight. Where are we at for qualifying, sir?
So we're just nearly halfway in. We're 9 minutes down. Just keeping an eye on Goodmond at the moment as he starts his lap.
Alright, we'll go to Goodmond and you do your lap with him if you like.
Yeah, one hard lap of Suzuka, straight down to the first curve. We've seen quite a few memorable moments here as he just gets that little bit of understeer on the... a little bit of oversteer too. Has he pulled out of that one? I believe he may have pulled out of that one up to the curbs. This is probably the most technical section of the track just here as well. Got to make sure you have a really good strong chassis here that can take the punishment of those G's as well. This left-handed, right-handed just here as well is probably the hardest part to judge. Just slop it down to third. And then you've got the Dunlop curve. very long left-hander, very punishing on that front right as well. Want to make sure you get that, because if you don't, you're straight out into the sand. Straight to 10 to 1. A little bit of a burst of acceleration.
No, he let us himself through. No, good work. He's just let someone through on a fast lap. Great to see.
Good sportsmanship there by the good one as he goes through Denga 2. Comes up to the hairpin now. One of the most iconic parts of the track. As he just...
Grim Death ran out of road.
Now going through 200R, not at full chat.
This
also
is normally,
very punishing on the tyres as
yeah,
well.
this is normally flat out, but we've seen a lot from the supercars races. It's where you set up here. You can set up for a pass into Spoon.
Spoon, probably the hardest corner of the track as well. Can take it down to third. Make sure you hug that inside. Then on that exit, take as much of that ripple strip as you can. Not overdoing it onto that AstroTurf, of course, because it's worse than ice, let's say that. Coming up to 130R now. The most exhilarating corner. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Straight to the Casio triangle. Use all the curve on that right-hand side, then use it all on the left-hand side.
We saw some drama there.
Smooth. Beautifully done. Even though it was a bit of braking.
Bit of a casual lap there, but not too bad. Alrighty, so at the moment Dan's leading the way there with a 158.680. Goodmon's currently P2 with Scotty there in P3. So again though, watch the Aston off the start. Scotty there off row 2. If he gets a good enough start, he'll split the leaders, and it'll be a big battle into turn 1. Because as we know, the Aston... Is he really? Good work. We'll stay with Scotty then.
He's 3/10 up already. Just using the horsepower of that Aston into Denga 1. Lines it up beautifully for Denga 2. Uses the curve on the outside. And he's 6/10 up. Wow.
Yeah, this is a good one, guys.
He's pushing this hard. Into the hairpin.
Nice controlled exit.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Goes through 200R. Takes it a little bit wider. Lines up the inside. Breaks it beautifully into Spoon. Goes through the second part. Very difficult part. Hugs the inside. Very controlled on the exit. Uses that curve really well. Now he's got to use all that Aston horsepower. We know there's an absolute bucket load of it. Oh wow. He's almost a second up coming into this final sector. That's just insane.
Dan just quietly bettered his best lap too. Oh, the traffic.
Oh, that might just... Oh, that'll really hurt him, coupled with that exit out of the Casio triangle. He's going to use the slipstream, but he's gone top by half a second. 157.683. Wow.
He'd be steaming though, wouldn't he? He lost a truckload through sector 3 there, getting stuck in traffic. Not really what they could have done though. He's caught someone at a really awkward area of the track, so not a lot they could have done to get out of the way, unfortunately. It's just one of those things.
I feel that after his Super 2B win last week, he's just decided to just send a bit of a message, and that wasn't just a message, that was a full 45-cent stamp there.
Look at this one too though, mate. Look at this, quietly into P4. There's Grim Death. What a qualifying from him so far. Just quietly snuck that in there behind Scotty there, coming down the stretch. Nice work. That shuffles GFL back to row 3. And we got Dazza there in position number 6 as well in the SP Tools Mustang for Cruiser Motorsport. Another really strong showing from him so far. He had a pretty good day at Yami as far as I can remember. I never saw him, so he must have been quite a long way up.
Yeah, he ended up finishing 6th. That was a good result for him. So he's just up 10th and a half on his best lap so far. So he is finding time.
Good to see. The gaps aren't that big either. Like it's not very far back. So Luminous is in P7 at the moment. He's only 0.07 off the back of Dazza there as well. So it doesn't take a lot. Berry's just gone to P5 as well, look. So GFL's been shuffled down again. Let's put
Like,
GFL on
as
the...
he's going, he might just go down as well.
Oh, wow. That's GFL on the outside of row 3 at the moment. Does he shuffle down to row 4? That'd be gross. You do not want to be that far back.
So we just tipped over the 15-minute marker of qualifying. So basically this is going to be happy hour the last 5 minutes.
Yep.
Pit in, throw some new tyres on it, and just lick the stamp and send it.
It's a fairly short lap of Suzuka too, though. Just under the 2 minute mark. Oh, JFL's had a big lose through Dinga. Wow, that's a big one.
Kept it off the wall though.
Oh, Filthy's just went sightseeing. There's a BMW out there in the town. Oh, ran out of track. Nice rejoin there from JFL. Didn't impede the cars coming around the corner behind him.
So Dazza must have had a moment because he's just finished his lap and it's 10th down on his best so far. So
yeah, okay.
I wonder what's happened there.
There's a couple of clusters going around the track at the moment, so they haven't really got themselves a lot of space. Look at the gaps for the top though. Grim Death is .068 off the back of the Goodmont at the moment as well. So Grim Death's in with a real shot here. He might go better yet.
Goodmont just started with another fast lap. He's actually down at the moment, only just by 3/100ths of a second.
Oh!
And Grim Death's just gone off as well.
Through Dunlop. Big loose. I was at the camera on him just as he did that.
He's looking very solid through Denga 1 and 2, that's for sure. Just keep an eye on his second split. And he's up, but he's only up by 200ths, so...
That's not enough.
No, he needs to find a bit more time than that.
Dan's .5 up the road from him still, so...
Barry's coming in, he's just pitting now. Putting a little bit more fuel on. Brand new tyres. We'll go out there and give it everything. In that beautiful counterpunch Hyundai.
Dan's got a really smart idea at the moment. He's on the track behind Scotty, so he's picked the only guy quicker around the track than him, and he's tucked in behind him. It's a really, really clever idea.
Hyundai doesn't have that much grunt, but what it makes for, like what it lacks in grunt, it just makes up for in cornering power and braking as well. So
absolutely,
he's just going to make the most of that. Well, Scotty's pitted.
This is going to go back around the tail end of the field at the moment. He's got Luminous there in position number 8, Lardas in 9. Black Dynamite's currently P10. Flat Sticks just found the wall at Dunlop in position number 11. Filthy's in 12th.
Ooh, Goodmont just slots into second.
Nice work, Goodmont. We've got the bad doctor on screen at the moment. He's currently 13th. Not overly confident here at the moment. And Subaru there. Look, Subaru, if he qualifies anything better than 14th, he's done a really good job in my book. He got an hour's notice to call up for the race, taking my vacant space. So, great job getting out and getting amongst it, Subaru. Awesome to see, mate. Oh, Goodmont's had an off after his celebration there. He's lost it coming out of turn 1. Good lap from the Goodmont. He's got himself a good gap on Dan there. How's Grim Death looking? He hasn't improved yet either. Jesus.
GFL's just got a little bit of traffic in front of him. He's got Filthy in front of him as he's coming up to the Casio triangle. So, may affect his lap. Wait and see.
Filthy's he's a pretty good driver, Filthy. He'll stay out of the way if he needs to. GFL goes one better.
And GFL. Yep, 5th position, 2/10 higher.
Nice work. So that's all you need though sometimes. Is that Barry in the background? It is. Here he comes. Not quite. So GFL holds on to it. That'd be nearly it, wouldn't it?
Got a minute to go. Just over a minute to go.
So some of these guys aren't going to make it round again. So nice stream of cars. You have to come in along the back of the circuit though, so you're going to have a real tough time trying to call this off. They're all fanned out across the back of the track, so they're all going to come round there at once. Okay, Scotty's going through Casio. Can he just put another nail in the coffin for everybody? Not quite.
Yeah, the Goodmont's backed out. He's done. Grim Death can't find any more time.
What about Dan? Where's he?
GFL's got Filthy in front of him.
Dan's on the...
Dan...
No, he's on the back of the circuit. He's fine. think that's it. There's nobody else that can make it from there, I don't think.
No, that's it. I'm going to call it.
Goodmond's just going through Casio at the moment. Doesn't sound like he's at throttle though. No, he's going into the pits. Qualifying over pit now. Love it.
BMW crew will be happy there. A little bit of German. Take it very seriously. So
you pit now. Alright guys, so I'm just going to go through the field real quick from what we can see on the screen so far. So it looks like Scotty's going to hang on to pole position there. It's another stonking great qualifying effort there from Scotty, showing that he's a force to be reckoned in Super 2. It looks like Dan there managed to hold on to second. Another great effort from Dan on a track that's not really the Hyundai strong suit. As we saw in Supercars A, the Hyundai the best Hyundai was Knuckles in P6, and that was a stonking great drive from Knuckles to manage to hold on to 6th position. So for Dan to put his on the front row of the grid, that's just amazing. Well done, Dan. Goodmond there, 3rd position overall. So he's had a nice solid qualifying there. Get himself on the 2nd row, put himself in a good position there for the race. Grid Death, I think he's my qualifier of the round so far. Gets up to 4th position, just quietly. You know, just chuck the old Beamer up to row 2, sorry. Shows that the Vortec cars have got some speed. I think he made a really, really good choice to stick with those guys and stick with what was Brock Balls, is now Vortec. Had a really good technical alliance with the likes of the Cyborg and Gaz, so now they're back in the BMW in the hot package. I expect some big things from him from this race. Just dazzle so I don't get all that noise in the pits. Alright then, chat. You know how it works. Podium prediction and surprise package of the race. Who's going to do better than we think? Cheers, guy. No worries, Scotty. Well earned, mate. Yeah, he's got to go out there and hammer the point home for the Aston Martin boys. Richie Withers, Scotty, Dan, Berry for the podium. The good Monday for the podium. Benny, lads, go Alpha. How are you, Benny? Good doctor with the surprise package. Thanks, Mikey. Evening, Hijacker. Great job in Super 3, mate. Awesome race. Almost on the podium there, but really, really good effort there to hang on to 4th quite comfortably there, buddy. Good job.
Alright, good doctor. I've got the grid all set. You want to hear it all?
Yeah, go for it, mate.
So, starting off in pole with a 157.683, fantastic lap by Scotty. Then we've got Dan starting off in a 2nd place. He's only 2 tenths behind. Got the Goodmond in 3rd. Grim Death starts in 4th. Followed up by GFL. We'll start in 5th in that Revolution M4. Gary's in 6th. Dazzler's qualified very well. He's starting off in the agenda position, number 7. Luminous in 8th. Lardass will start in 9th. We've got Black Dynamite, he'll be in the 10. And then we've got Flatstick starting in 11th. Number 12, we've got Subaru.
Great job. Great effort.
Done very well. Filthy in 13th. And last but certainly not least, we've got the Bad Doctor in 14th. So call the virtual safety car now, so head on out to the track.
Right, these boys will run around for a lap and hit the safety car out after that, and then we'll go racing, guys. You ready for this one, chat? This is going to be a big race. This one, I just feel it. This is going to be a huge race.
It's going to be a hard one to pick as well, because strategy comes into it as well. You feel that a lot of people will just do the 7 laps, then change, then 7 laps, then change. Some might run longer on the mediums, make sure their their soft stints are a bit shorter. But it's going to be a tough race either way. A lot of talented drivers in this field.
Cool. Looks like the guys are getting used to this whole sort yourselves out on the virtual safety car lap. So Scotty's assumed the control of the field. Dan's followed him up there. Good mont. Yeah, these guys are doing a good job with this now. They're really getting this organised quickly, without fuss.
Super 2A don't muck about, that's for sure, when it comes to reading up. Their etiquette's fantastic, so quite jealous of it, to be honest. These boys won't be mucking around tonight, that's for sure.
Absolutely not.
21 hard laps, 122 kilometres. It's going to be grueling, it's going to be punishing.
Is the race set to 21 laps then, Mr. Race Director?
I actually have to double check that. We'll fix that now.
It's okay.
Now.
Beautiful work.
We don't want to do a grim death and start off with one lap.
I've done that before as well, and I got in trouble from my teammate because he got a good start the first time. Alright, so Scotty from the front row. I feel Dan's got a lot of work to do off the start of the race. He's going to have to nail the start in the Hyundai. It's a struggle for the Hyundai off the start. No, they're right. They're good. It's fine. They're all good. They're still running around.
Beautiful.
Just approaching Casio now, so you'll be able to start rolling any second now, sir.
Yep, calling the safety car.
Beautiful work. Love your work. Look at this. This is a first timer, guys. He's smashing it out.
Had a few laps today in the beautiful AMG Mercedes safety car. Sponsored by Complete Angle Bentley. Go see Claude.
Big Bird, there it is.
By the way, hi to Remus.
Ah, look at that. There's your back wing. Here comes Scotty now. How terrifying is that? Look at that car flying up in the mirror.
Won't be long, and I reckon he might just be up in supercars. I might see that back at the young guy for real. That's going to be a scary proposition.
Yeah, won't be far away at all.
Very solid driver. In fact, all 14 drivers are very solid in their own right. These guys have been chomping at the bit all week long to get behind the wheel. Now it's arrived. Nerves will be settling in. Yeah, egos will be high, that's for sure.
Thanks for covering that off for me. Don't have kids, anybody? Just so you know. Ah, dear. Alright. Oh, this is going to be
laps around this magnificent circuit. It's going to be fun.
Oh, it's going to be great. I'm really happy that I'm not actually in there. Oh, Scotty with a big slide there out of speed. He's really lighting the rear end of that Aston up at the moment, trying to warm those tyres up. Really trying hard. The other thing too, though, we haven't sort of touched on yet too, is this is a mixed compound race. Scotty, keep it under control, mate. Jeez. So once you've done your rec lap at the start of the race, we'll do a go through and let me know what the tyres are like. See if anybody's took the gamble on the mediums to start us off.
We didn't have anyone in the start of the Supercars A on
no,
medium,
we didn't.
So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see who's actually taking the challenge there.
Alright, so Scotty's going to line up on the front row. Dan right beside him.
Everything's trying to pit. Memo.
That's right. Just send him when you can send him. They're right, they're stopping, it's all good. Scotty overrun the line. Look at this grid up though. What a grid up from Super 2A. Well done, guys. Look at that. Picture perfect. Thanks for the bits there, Dills. I appreciate it, mate. Thanks for the bits cruising. Alright guys, we ready to go racing? Oh, chomping at the bit for this one. As usual, 14 Thrillhouse supercars on the grid. Alright. Scotty to lead them away. And they're away. Great start from Scotty. He's just blown the doors off everybody. Look at the gap he's got in the press. Half a second before turn 1. He's just gone. Thanks for coming. See you later. Goodmon's trying to go around the outside of Berry through turn 1. That's not going to happen. Oh, he's that down the inside. Berry jumps under Grim Death there. Through the second apex of turn 1. That was a brave move.
Oh, big contact up there. Napoleon Black Dynamite's off, and so's Luminous.
Oh boy. Couple off at the back there. We've got a battle here too, look at this. Currently GFL, they're trying to get round Grim Death. He's trying to tuck under him at Dunlop. Not going to happen. Is he going to try and send him up into Denga 1? That'd be brave. That'd be very brave. Tucks in. I think the hairpin's next. Through Denga 2 they go. Grim Death gets a big slide out of Denga 2. That's going to give GFL a big run into the hairpin. Tucks right in underneath the back of the Castrol BMW. Tries to get around the outside. It's not going to happen. Watch the exit line though. Oh, Grim Death is big loose again. Big loose. Let's check GFL up though. He would have had a run. On the run down to Spoon now through 200R. GFL tucked right in under the back again. He has a look into Spoon. Big dive into Spoon. Gets it done, but runs out of road. Grim Death back down the inside. Come on, boys. Battle for sheep. Oh, no. GFL copped a penalty too. He burns it straight away. Nice job from GFL there. Alright, that'll stabilise those guys a bit. We'll go back up the front. Scotty's just banged out to 1 point.
There's spin at the back. Luminous has spun.
Oh, no.
Not a good start for the gentle driver, unfortunately.
Contact! Contact for second and third. They're into Casio. Dan just slams the door on the Goodmon's front end. Barry's tucked right in behind Dan as well, behind Goodmont as well. The two Penrite Hyundais are really having a bash and crash session here. They're really going to have a crack at trying to lock out the podium. Goodmont there, weaving back and forth. He's trying to get her. No, hasn't got a spot. Has to try and cover the second one. Oh, Barry's run out of road. He's gone. Oh, bang! Oh, no! Oh, Grim Death had nowhere to go. Oh, there's cars everywhere. What a disaster that was. Wow, so Barry's had a big lose, and just the way the spin happened threw him back across the track in front of everybody, and poor old Grim Death had nowhere to go and slammed straight into him. There's going to be damage there on the Castrol BMW for sure. And that's bunched all these guys right back up. So the Bad Doctor seems to benefit out of that. Up to 7th position so far. Lardos in 6th. Subaru up to 5th place for the ring-in driver. Great job so far. GFL in 4th. And Goodmont in 3rd there. So at the moment, Scotty's just blown their doors off. 2.7 seconds clear by the end of lap, midway through lap 2. That is crazy. You'll be able to get out and have a coffee in a minute.
Just going to give you a quick tyre update here, good doctor.
Yep.
So 5 drivers have started on the mediums, which is a far cry from Supercars
wow.
8, that's for sure. So Dazza, he's on the mediums. Filthy's on the mediums as well. Flatstick's also chosen the medium option. Grim Death, he'll be on the mediums as well. And Luminous, who had a really crash and bashing first lap, is also on the mediums. So a lot of work to be done there.
Wow, that's brave. There's a lot of guys taking the option on the medium. That's not what I would have thought would have been the case. I'm just going to go back. Looks like that's about 8th position. Look at the battle pack for 8th. Dazzle leading the way. It's all the medium tyre boys, but looks of it all having a fight together. Berry tucked in there with them now as well after that big spin on lap 2.
Oh, Berry up the inside on the Casio triangle, makes it stick. Beautiful move.
There's the soft tyre for you guys. Just gets it done. He's got a lot of work to do now to try and get back up through the field. That's a big lose for him. But Scotty's out to 3.8 seconds. He's just walking away from these guys at the moment. But there's a solid battle going on for second at the moment.
Oh, contact between Black Dynamite and I believe that was Filthy. It was.
I can't
In the
find
first
him.
corner. Dynamite was up the inside and just didn't get the racing room required, I reckon. So that's going to be a bit of a technical situation there.
Well, that's we go, guys. If you've got an incident, send him into the box. Let Mr. Mo, he's back out of the driver's seat this round, so he'll be able to click his pen at you. So make sure you get him in nice and early, guys. So we got plenty of time to investigate them properly and look for any more evidence from you guys if we need it. Tell you what, so far though, the drive so far is super roo. Up to 5th. I can't stress this enough, guys. He had less than an hour to prep for the race because up until an hour before the race started, I was going to be on the grid. He's our first call up.
Had a moment. Dazza just had a lot of oversteer on the exit of the hairpin there.
Side by side with.
Up.
Oh, he just spooned.
That's
brave.
Work, boys.
That's brave. These guys are on mediums, remember, guys, so there's not a lot of grip here at the moment. These tyres take a little bit longer to warm up. Oh, Dazza with a big slide. That's going to grab Filthy around the outside as well. They're touching door handles. The BMWs both get away. So that's the two Cornerstone guys running line astern. So currently at the moment, CP Motorsports has got a lot of cars in this field. They've got all 4 cars for Super 2 in this one race. Because you've got the two Cornerstone BMWs of Filthy and Flatstick, and then you've got Berry and Dan in the Counterpunch cars.
Speaking of Dan, he's having a real good battle for second place at the moment. He's got the Goodmond all over his rear end, so less than half a second between them.
Yeah, these boys have been just been trading blows, but no positional change so far. But the Goodmond, I think, might be biding his time. He's
conserving that tyre.
He's very, very good in conserving the car. He's really good in the Mustang. It's a nice balanced package overall, the Mustang. It's not stellar at anything, but it's very well balanced. It doesn't really have a downside. So if you can get it tuned in nice to your style, it'll behave itself for the race for you quite nicely. And the Goodmond is one of those guys that can really get the car to last for him. So the tyres will run real. He'll run well on fuel. And he'll just be there. He's just waiting for Dan to make a mistake. He only needs to be this close, half a second.
Oh, Dazza and Black Dynamite here. Then go on. Oh, that's close, boys. Keep it tidy. Dazza's rear end is all over the place. I'll tell you what. Got Napoli and Black Dynamite just putting a maximum amount of pressure behind him. He's going to send him up the hairpin. No.
Gee, that was a big lock up from the Aston there on the approach to the hairpin. He's lucky he didn't get in the back of Dazza there. They're going to go side by side through 200R. Aston on the outside. He's going to get the inside for Spoon though. Dazza runs him out wider. Oh, that's a big touch. Oh, well done from Black Dynamite to stay in that then. Two big touches door handle to door handle there. He got 2 wheels on the grass. He just kept the hoof into it. And look at that. Makes it work. Great drive from Black Dynamite. Great pass. Look at these guys fighting for... This is for 9th, 10th... Oh, Black Dynamite's got way wide through 130R. He's got it under control. Oh, that was flat stick deep.
Filthy's off. Filthy is off.
Did the teammates run into each other there, I wonder? Because flat stick went really deep. Oh, flat stick just hits Black Dynamite as well. There's some touching and tagging going on back here now, guys.
Just understeered in the Casio triangle, unfortunately, and just went straight to the tyre bundle.
Maybe it was a wide if you caught those marbles, the medium tyre. Again, doesn't have that outright grip. Flat stick goes really deep into turn 1. Tucks in for the second apex. Nice work. Let's see, these two guys in second and third, they've grouped up again, so still half a second. So I feel the Goodmont might just be biding his time here at the moment, guys. He's just waiting around. Just not letting Dan get too far away. Oh, Super Roosters grabbed GFL. Oh, GFL's out of lose out of Denga too. The bad doctor's going to get him on the run to the hairpin. So the bad doctor goes up to 6th position now. Lardarts goes way too deep. Oh, I missed him. There he is. Sorry guys, not quite as pro at the camera angle changes as old mate Ghost, so I'm still learning as I go here. So that elevates Subaru. I just caught him going off there at Spoon a little bit. That elevates Subaru to 4th position.
Just cut in good, Doctor. I think Black Dynamite's had a moment because he's actually just dropped behind Luminous, who was quite a way behind.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So
where are we? Way back here.
He's had it out of the hairpin.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Hairpin. So just understeered and just gone really wide, and Luminous has just snapped that up.
Yeah. Well, that's all it takes. I've noticed now
He's also extended the gap too.
Yeah, the gap to the lead's starting to drop a bit too now. Scotty coming back towards the field a bit. He's down to 3.1 seconds, so he's obviously just starting to preserve the car a bit now. Just ease off a bit. Ooh.
GFL's just rounded up the Bad Doctor as well. So GFL up to 5th.
The Bad Doctor have a look into turn 1. The power of the Aston down the straight. He goes side by side into turn 1. GFL goes really deep under brakes. Round the outside, there's a little bit of a rub there, but, you know, they're gentlemanly about it. Nice work from them. What a nice exchange that is. Oh, keep her under control, boys. This is good hard racing here. This is for 5th and 6th in Super 2A. The Bad Doctor will be pretty happy in 6th position, I think, so far. He only wants a top 10. He's probably our bogey track for the team. Oh, GFL just grabbed Subaru as well. Look at that. Just caught that out of the corner of our eye. So GFL's got the afterburner absolutely lit on that Revolution BMW right now. But he goes really wide through Digger 2. Subaru's going to have another run. Subaru gets him. And then covers the hairpin. So it's going to get the Bad Doctor. Oh, he nearly runs out of road. Oh, that was a close one. Oh, that was a perfect camera angle for that.
A little bit of a love tap from Dark Side there as well. Just
there we go.
GFL know he's there.
On board with GFL now, looking back at the Bad Doctor. Bad Doctor's looking left, he's looking right. Oh, nah. The BMW's brakes go way deeper. What's the Bad Doctor? Oh, a big lose in the background there. That would have been Lardas, I think that was.
Yes, it's Lardas. He's gone off at Spoon. And he better get moving because he's got a big battle pack behind him.
Oh, GFL's having another look at Subaru here. And they approach the 130R. They're going to try to do it too wide. Oh, there's a touch. Subaru go off? Not quite. Oh, nice control there from Subaru. Car control. Look at that. Oh, look at this through Casio. They're tighten up. Barry's going to get in this in a minute too, guys. If he doesn't get a penalty for cutting that Apex really badly. Okay, so Subaru's dived in.
These guys are playing for sheep stations in 11th, 12th and 13th. I'll just let you know that.
Yeah, look at the map back there.
They're not mucking about that all.
Let's go back there and have a bit of a quick boat peep. Oh wow, so we've got Grim Death, Flat Stick, Luminous, and then we've got a couple of cars in the pits as well. Nice work. So GFL, they're currently 4th, the Bad Doctor 5th, and Barry's just about to get on the back of him now in 6th position. So these guys are really starting to group up now. Barry's on that recovery drive over that massive spin on lap 2.
Barry may be catching them, but he's using a lot more car to do it. That front left-hand tyre, he's on the softs, and it is hurting. He's also got a quarter of a tank of fuel. Bad Doctor and GFL got considerably more than that, so...
Well, the Aston tends to look after its fuel. Oh, GFL's got wide out of Digger 2 again, just as he got a gap on the Bad Doctor. And now they're going to group up again. And as he got Barry right into it now, he's right on him. GFL's too deep into the hairpin. That could be it. The Bad Doctor goes through. Barry goes through.
Philby's up the inside of Dazza for 7th. Makes it stick.
Nice work. These guys are still on the mediums. Oh, Dazza! Catch it, son. Nice work.
All still on the mediums there. All still on the mediums.
Group Deaths have a look at Dazza. Tries to get around the outside. That's a big row. That's a big move for 200R. That was brave. Tries to set up for Spoon. Not quite close enough, though. Okay, so Dan's in out of P3. That was good mind to position number 2. He's following Scotty around again. So Scotty's gap's starting to drop.
Barry's gone wide. Barry's gone wide. Sorry, good doc, but Barry's gone wide at 130R. He's just been able to save it.
Nice work.
Only just.
We caught him on the approach to Casio there. He's going to go in the pits. GFL, big wiggle on the pit entry. Okay, so the Bad Doctor's going to stay out for another lap in the Aston. Scotty leading the way. He's 1.8 seconds clear to the Goodmon now, and the gap is closing. So the Goodmon is actually starting to close up on Scotty. Can we get a fuel update on Scotty and the Goodmon, please, sir?
So Scotty's just got under quarter of the tank here. As I said before, his tyres are just not in the best condition. Half cooked on the front end. Then you've got the Goodmon. A little bit more fuel, and his tyres are actually considerably better here. So he's looked after that car really nicely.
So that's what we're saying earlier, guys. The Goodmon looking after the car for the first stint. So as they go through the pits, he's going to make up even more time on Scotty now. Has to take less fuel. So Scotty's going to have to make a big call here how much fuel he wants to take, because he might lose the lead of the race over this. And the Goodmon is not someone...
Speaking of big calls, sorry, good doc.
You're right.
Dan's gone out in softs for his second stint.
So he's going to finish out the race on mediums. That's ballsy.
A lot of people have taken mediums for their second stint. Subaru GFL's gone to the mediums. And also Berry's gone to the softs as well. So that's a bit of an interesting power play
so there. That's a strategy thing, I think, for Counterpunch. They're both going to go to this double soft and then go medium at the end. They must have practiced this then.
How will that affect their results at the end of the race, though? That's the thing.
That's it.
They're going to be slower, but they're going to have the tyre life, so it's going to be interesting.
All right, thanks to the bits that are poured in, guys. Thank you to Remus. Thank you, Cruising. Thank you, Cruising again. Thank you, Dilza. And Ghost there, 14th to 3rd for the bad doctor with the bad back. Yeah, the bad doctor's currently got a really, really bad back. And he's been home on the couch for a couple of days. Scotty goes in, and the Goodmon follows him in. So the Goodmon's made up. Oh, it's only 2 kilos of fuel difference, so it won't be a huge difference. But he also won't lose a lot of time to him either, though. So I'm assuming the bad doctor goes in this lap too. And he does.
He does.
So I think Dan might assume the lead of the race here, maybe. What do you reckon? It's going to be close.
It's going to be very tight. He's done it.
He's done it. The undercut worked. Look at that. Look at that, guys. The undercut. That's Suzuka. Dan pulls out 2.3 seconds. How much fuel did Scotty and the Goodmon put in? Do they feel longer?
Well, Scotty's got 3/4 of tank, gone to the mediums, and the Goodmon's actually filled up his chockers, absolutely full, and he's gone to mediums, so that's an interesting play there.
Look at the bits pouring in now. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you, Ghost. Alright, so as the field seems to cleanse now, GFL's snuck back up into 5th, Subaru's 4th, Berry's back up to 6th position overall, and the bad doctor's settled into the Jandal position.
Good drive by Subaru so far, you've got to say.
Great drive.
Just wanted to keep it clean, and he's avoided all the drama, got his way up to 4th position.
Yep.
He's got those mediums looking brilliant. He's just got under half a tank of fuel. He's looking very, very good. Very solid result coming his way if he keeps it clean.
Absolutely. And yeah, it shows that he's been putting in the early effort for his Super 2B race for him to be this up to speed already on an hour's call-up. So he must have already been putting some laps in, because he's going to have a very solid race so far. And I'll tell you what, unless something goes drastically wrong, I think he's my shoe-in driver of the day.
Big battle going on here for 9th and 10th place as well.
9th and 10th?
Through Dazza and Lardas.
Look at these boys, they're still going at it. This is for 9th, 10th, 11th, guys.
Lardas is on the medium, so that's why he's sort of holding up Dazza and Flatstick a little bit.
Yeah,
They're
okay.
both on softs.
Yeah, so these are the this is the trainer guys. Dazza's got a full tank. That's brave. So this is the trainer guys that started the race on mediums now. They're going to start catching these guys that are transitioning to the medium now. They're going to be on softs all the way home.
Grim Def's also filled up right to the Grim too. And he's also gone to the soft, so he'll come home in the soft tyre.
Some different
less on the way home too.
Some different strategies playing out tonight then. Good to see.
Yeah, love the alternate strategies. They always throw a little bit of a curveball into the race, so you never know what's going to happen towards that final stint. It's going to be critical to see who actually looks after their tyres, who saves the most fuel, and then gets back out there. Make sure they spend the least amount of time in the pits.
Exactly. Well, that's what it's all about too. It's just conserving the car, looking after the tyres, looking after the fuel usage. Make up a lot of time. You can lose a lot of time going through the pits if you're too hard in the car. You can be as fast as you can possibly be on the track, but if you use up 10, 15 more kilos of fuel...
burning a penalty.
Oh, that's not good. That's
he's
cool.
Just burned a penalty, and he's just joined in front of Grimdef on the first corner. Oh, must have cut the Casio triangle. That's the only thing I can think of that he's
It would have
done.
been it, yeah. Had to have been it.
That's a savage penalty too, because when I changed over to him, he had about a second and a half to burn left.
Yeah, usually gives you 3.5, I think, for cutting that chicane there. It's pretty brutal on you.
Being on the mediums too, he's going to struggle against Grim Death. He's on fresh soft. He's going to be licking his chops over this move, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens here.
Sorry, yeah, Doremus, yeah, Dan for the fastest lap, 158.543 so far. So that is the fastest lap out of the Hyundai. Great to see.
Oh, Lada, score wide. He's let Grim Death through. Just come off with Denga too. He's just understeered off onto the nice little bit of sand there. So
a bit going on at the back of the field there. What else we got? Oh, Daz has got a big penalty too, 1.2 seconds. That's a decent penalty. He's going to burn that after the exit of spoon, I'd say.
One of two designated burn zones, of course, along with the front straight there.
Yeah, you just burn here after the exit. Get on the far, there we go, perfect burn. Down the far left side, out of the way before you get to 130R. Flat stick should get a run around the outside though, in the Beamer, as he goes past, with plenty of room before 130R. Beautiful work. Okay, so GFL is on the back of the bad doctor now. Can he get himself out of the Mikey position? They had to have two bites at the entry to turn one there. Car got in but wasn't happy, so he had to have another go at it. Hear that wheel spin from the Aston on the exit. Oh, he's catching him quick too.
Daz are on the front straight too. They're just battling it out. Grim Death goes through.
Bad Doctor must be on the mediums at the moment by the looks of the car, because it's wiggling all over the place, and GFL is just taking chunks out of him at the moment. Oh, straight past through Dunlop. Just walk past.
Both on the mediums there, Good Doctor, and I'm just going to check in with their fuel at the moment. So GFL is just over half a tank, whereas the Good Doctor, being in the Aston, just on 2/3 of a tank there, just under that. So
very good. Okay, Super Rouge there. What have we got there? Berry. Currently P5 at the moment, so it's a great run so far for Counterpunch. Currently 1st and 5th on the road. I do what I can, Shane Sky. I'm a bit of a rookie compared to Ghost, but I'm working my way through it.
Thanks for the bits there, Mikey.
More bits. Good to see.
It's raining bits.
It is actually. We're having a good stream for bits. Let's do this more often. Looks like there's a bit of a battle going on in the back here again. Who's this? It's Flat Stick. I know, Grim Death, Lardass, Black Dynamite. Very back of the field here, and these guys are going hammer and tongs again. Lardass in position number 12 there. Had a bit of a quiet race now. Black Dynamite had a really, really strong start to the race. He's had a bit of a quiet middle section so far. But he's not a long way off the back of a couple. Oh, there's a big loser in front. Who's that? Flat Stick went off. Oh, he can't recover it.
Oh, Grim Death's gone too.
Oh, that was close. Just saw that.
Oh,
Flat Stick just lost it again. Trying to get the car moving. Oh, boy.
It was a big lose. The rear just snapped out just a little bit on him. Just wasn't able to hold it. That's put Black Dynamite up to 11th, so just
there we go.
A little bit there.
There we go. Just what we were saying right a minute ago. Alright, so we'll just go through the field now, lap 12. So Berry's leading the way. Comfortably 5.1 seconds clear of Scotty there in the Aston Martin in position number 2. Goodmont, with that full tank of fuel, is currently 11 seconds further behind in position number 3, just exiting the hairpin. Subaru currently holding on to a bloody strong 4th position overall. Well done, mate. Well done. With Berry on that recovery drive, it's starting to close now, and he's in 5th. He's actually starting to close up really quickly, so 1.5 seconds off the back of Subaru at the moment.
Subaru's just hit the fuel light as well, so I expect him in this lap.
Very good. GFL there in 6th position so far, so a bit of a up and down race for him so far. So he's had fairly good pace though, so watch him once they go back to softs. The Bad Doctor there, he's not confident on the mediums. He doesn't like the medium tyre at all. Thinks it sucks. But gets it out of the way here shortly and be back on the soft. So hopefully he can get his top 10 finish that he wants. Filthy there, currently recovered to 8th after getting stuck in a big crash at the start of the race. Wasn't really his fault, but he really didn't have anywhere to go, so it just didn't work out for him. Jazza there in 9th. Another strong race from Jazza so far. We've got Lardass, Black Dynamite. Look at Black Dynamite now. He's on the back of Lardass. So that's going to get him into the 10. Sometimes you just got to lower your expectations a bit so far. I'll be quite happy with the top 10 in this field. Grim Death there, another one with a really eventful race. Got caught in that big smash at the start with Berry. So, oh, Black Diamond's just got off at Cathio. Just saw that out of the corner of the screen there. And he's going, oh, big slow rejoin too. It sucks for him. That's just hurt him big time. Thanks for the rubbish camera angle there, GT. And Luminous brings out the 14.
That's one position extra for Grim Death. Just keep an eye on him though. He's got 2/3 of a tank. He's on the softs. He's looking very solid at the moment. His times are just over the 2-minute mark, but the way he's playing, he might just grab 1 or 2 spots for these next pit stop. So just keep an eye on him and see what happens.
See, sometimes you just change your mindset a little bit. Yes, you get in a bit of a crash at the start. It gets a bit messy, but you just reset and run to your number, play along, look after the car, and then, you know, like we just saw in the background there, someone goes off in front of you and you grab a spot there, and then you pick out another couple up through the pitch. Suddenly you're in the top 10, and suddenly you're in the top 6, and all of a sudden you're actually at a really good outing. So, you know, good to see him, you know, obviously got caught in a situation that wasn't his fault, but that's racing. And, you know, he's really pulled the sleeves up, and he looks like he's on the Lardass now too. He's catching him quickly, so he's going to grab 10th here very shortly. Tell you what, I don't mind the livery on that SLX car as well. It's a pretty solid looking car, that.
Just looking at the good mod at the moment, good doctor, and he is getting a little bit of understeer issues on the front end. However, he's got just under half a tank of fuel.
He's in.
He's in as well.
Just
Dan
caught him.
And Scotty at the moment. Dan and Scotty have got under a quarter of a tank each, so that's really interesting at the moment.
This is interesting though from the good mod. He's going to fill right up. Do you reckon he's going to get home from there? That's a big ask.
Oh, it's a big
That's a
call.
huge ask. That's 7 laps on softs.
If he puts his fuel in, he'll get up. He's putting fuel in. I reckon he'll get there. It'll be really tight. It's going to be touch and go.
7 laps on softs, so whew, that's brave. That puts Berry back to P3. So far, Counter Punch is showing the way. 1st and 3rd on the road.
Good one. It's just under full tank there, so didn't take a whole tank, but he's filled up, ready to go.
I'm sure he must be running to a number. Yeah.
We know he can look after those tyres as well, so I reckon just watch that space.
What have we got here? So where's GFL going at the moment? He's apparently in position number 4. He's still within visual range of Berry. I think he's just sort of settled the car down a bit now, just recentered himself. And ready for a push towards the end for the last stint. GFL is one you'd want to put money on towards the end of a race too. He seems to find another gear in that 3rd stint of a race. When everyone else starts to get a bit lethargic and a bit tired, GFL finds that extra gear.
Dan and Scotty are on the fuel light too, so they'll be in this lap. Coming through Casio Triangle at the moment is Dan.
Dan will be in. And he is, look at that. 4 seconds cleared. Scotty, just managed to hold that gap for that whole stint. Great drive from Dan.
Scotty was oversteering straight into that.
Saw that. Big wiggle on the pit entry there. So Berry now
Berry will be in this lap too.
He'll be in too. What about GFL? Is he going to come in, do you reckon?
His tyres look pretty good at the moment. He has got just under a quarter of a tank as well, so he might go one more lap.
I expect Darkside
I think the Bad Doctor will follow him.
He might go round again too, judging by what he did before. So Berry goes in, as per convention. GFL goes around again. So who's GFL going to jump? Is he going to jump anybody? He's going to jump Berry. But the other two have cleared him quite comfortably. So Dan's way out in front now. 5.4 seconds clear of Scotty. So he's actually made up even more time through the pits. And extended that gap again.
Yep. The upside to Scotty though is he's on the softs, so just watch that space.
That is correct, that's right. I remember you saying that now. That's a good observation, actually. So Dan and I think it's Berry were the two that are going to run home on the mediums, weren't they?
Yes, that's right.
And everyone else will be on the softs. It's a brave strategy call from Counterpunch to run home on the medium tyre when everyone else is on the soft. But you know, what do we got left? 6 laps to go.
Berry's just ducked out in 8th position. I think what they're thinking is that later on in this stint, the softs are really going to fail, so they'll have that pace with the mediums. It's going to be very, very interesting.
Well, Berry's going to get spots back when GFL and Darkside both pit. Subaru's yet to pit too, I'm assuming. So Berry's going to go up a couple of spots yet as the field cleanses. Dan leading the way. Scotty there in second. Expect some good speed out of that Aston now on the softs. Might be another driver that's just crippled a little bit by the medium tyre. I know the Aston doesn't like it very much at all. It's already a ponderous car as it is, so when you take a little bit of the grip away from her, she gets a little bit more lethargic and she doesn't like to get out of the corners very well. What have we got here? This is a gap here.
GFL's got a moment! He's in the wall at Spoon on the exit.
Just caught the end of that. Great call, great pick up there, mate.
He just went and understeered out on the exit and then just caught that AstroTurf.
Oh, the bad doctor went off at Spoon as well. Goodmon just grabbed him.
Oh, boys.
Just on the exit of the second apex of Spoon, he went off. He'll definitely be in this lap to get rid of those mediums.
GFL's wide at 130R as well.
Oh dear. So these guys are starting to struggle on the end of the medium stint now. The tyres just don't have the grip. Oh, the bad doctor goes way too deep through Casio. That's going to be a penalty. That's going to be a penalty. He's overshot Casio massively. Into the pits. Get rid of those medium tyres. Throw them on the heap with the rest.
Interesting that he didn't get a penalty there too.
I think it leans more on you cutting the apex than going too far off. So you might have got away with that just luckily. Good fuel save from the bad doctor though. Daz is with a brilliant fuel save in the Mustang. 23 left in the tank. Grim Death in with 38.
That's that fuel advantage I was talking about before, so just keep an eye on where he ends up. He'll be coming home on those softs as well. Also keep an eye on Subaru at the moment.
Yeah,
we're on lap 16. He's just under a quarter of a tank, but his softs are looking fantastic, so he's going to have to come and pit again, obviously, but he could be a bit of a key factor here towards the end of this race.
Yep.
Fresh softs, and everyone's just worn theirs in a little bit. He'll be on a lighter fuel load compared to the rest when they were on brand new softs as well, so it's going to be very interesting to see where he ends up. He's done a very, very good job though today, starting 14th. He's up in 4th at the moment. Of course, with that pit stop, he will drop, but for me, drive of the day so far. He's done
absolutely
brilliant job. Brilliant job.
Oh! Alright, it's back on for the lead now, guys. The gap has just been shredded. Dan is 1.3 seconds clear of Scotty, and Scotty is closing quickly. So the Aston Martin's got those soft tyres up to temperature, and he's off on the hunt. Dan trying to get home on the mediums here. That's one thing to catch him, though. You've got to get round him yet. The Aston does have the advantage, being the big, powerful car. So there's some pretty long straights here. If he can get a good exit out of one of the corners, he might have a good shot to get straight up and around him before Dan can cover.
Scotty's just gone bang with the fastest lap of the race as well, a 158.297.
Boom.
Another critical thing as well, the outlaps as well. Dan did a 158.5 and a 155.8 for Scotty, so
wow.
3 second difference.
That's a quick outlap. So Scotty's got the afterburner lit now, guys. He's closing quickly. He's within a second now. He can smell it.
Well, it was 2 seconds a lap faster than on that time, the last lap.
Wow.
Compared to Dan, so
sorry, positional change back there again. So the bad doctor, GFL, Berry, gaps are all pretty fanned out at the moment. So the closest race we've got in the field so far is for the lead, funnily enough. So we might just watch these guys for a little bit and settle in for a bit of racing.
Might change in a second though. Black Dynamite's got a 1 second penalty. He's only 2 seconds ahead from Flatstick, so
oh, here we go.
Have to burn that.
Look at this though. Scotty's right at the back of Dan now. He's going to try and run into Spoon. Scotty's surely going to cover. Dan's going to cover. Surely. Oh, he half covered. Scotty had a bit of a look at that and he thought, oh, maybe, not quite. Oh, goes to go down the inside of the second apex. That's not going to happen there. All right, Dan gets a decent exit. Scotty gets a very good exit out of Spoon. Now Scotty's going to have to go... He can't go around him at 130R. Dan's going to cover down the inside. He's allowed to do that. Run him out towards the...
Oh, he's going to try.
Too wide. Not there, please, guys. Dan's doing everything he can here with the car. It's just grip limited. Look at the difference in braking. The Aston Martin has got rubbish brakes, but can still match the into the corners at the moment, just with that extra tyre grip. Looks like
it's going to come into play is the power down the main straight here from the Aston as well. Hyundai's not the fastest car down in straights. It's
Dan's walking him. Dan's walking him down the inside. He's going to make him go around the long way. You want to do it? Go the long way around. Dan runs him right out wide. Scotty goes around the outside. Goes too deep. He's lost it. He's gone. Oh no! He's buried. Where's the Goodmon? Goodmon's halfway down the stretch. Goodmon's going to close very quickly here. Scotty's deep in the sand.
Oh, he'll be ruining that mistake. Just put the rear tyres onto the AstroTurf, and that AstroTurf is ice. It's just brutal. Horrible.
Merry Christmas, Goodmon. Go get him. He's all yours. Goodmont has got a massive, massive free kick there. He was probably content with third for those couple laps. And then he just went, wow, Christmas time, let's go. Whoa, what a bit. That was a brave move from Scotty. Might have been a tad impatient. He had the car speed. He had plenty of time to do it. This is the sort of thing you learn in your first season, though. He's one of our rookies. He'd be ruined that. He'd be so dirtied himself for that.
Oh, he would. He had the move on.
He did. But again, though, don't take it away from Dan, though. Dan just with that brilliant cover down the straight. Put him on the... Made him go the hard way. Go the long way around if he must. Gave it to him out
Dan's
there.
teammate Barry's also fighting with JFL here for fourth place at the moment. They're going through Degner 1, Degner 2, and JFL has caught rapidly up to the back of Barry here.
This is another one.
Thinking about the move.
This is another one here, Barry. Another one of those ones that's stuck on the medium tyre now. And JFL will be on the soft. Like I said, JFL's going to close the race off very quickly. Look at the grip out of the corner for that beam. Just gets out of the hairpin and just bang, away we go.
Oh, Daz has just come off the track in 9th place as well.
Oh no.
At Degner 2.
Big loose point, Degner 2.
Yeah, Grimdeath's just gone by.
I think Grimdeath knocking some more spots up.
Lardas might start licking his lips a little bit here too.
Yep, they're riding JFL home. The chat's looking on JFL. Now they're watching him. He's not going to try to go around the 130R. No way. Do not try that. That's a bad idea. That's a very bad idea.
Oh.
That makes me so nervous when they sit out wide like that. He's having a look at Cassie on the outside. Not at the triangle. Nice positioning from Barry though. Just holds him out wide. Gee, that camera angle's rubbish.
Yeah, it really is. Thank you, GT Sport.
On board with JFL here as they enter the straight. He's close enough. Will he have a look into turn 1? He's closing quickly. That slipstream is really helping the BMW now. He's going to look down the inside. Not quite. Look at the corner speed difference though. Right out. Well, he's going to go for the exit through the second apex. Approaching the S's. This is one line. JFL's got to bide his time. He doesn't want to fall in the same trap Scotty did. And Barry will be watching this too. He'll be trying to force him to do it the long way. Again, just foots him on the outside. JFL sits out nicely. Just, oh, bit of a cut there. Don't get a penalty, JFL, not now. Through Dunlop. Oh, Barry was untidy through Dunlop. JFL just goes bang. Straight down the inside. Thanks for coming. It's all over.
Oh, Black Dynamite's had another spin.
Oh, dear. Great job from JFL there. Textbook pass there. Just put the pressure on where it needed to. Enough for Barry just to make that mistake. Go open the door up on the way into Dunlop. And that's just... Oh, Barry's just giving him the hurry up through the hairpin. But I don't think he's got the car speed now.
Oh.
JFL should just pull away from here, hopefully. On the soft tyre. Tell you what, though, great job from Barry so far for 5th position. What a recovery drive for him. Tell you what, if I was Claude, I'd be really, really proud of my two boys.
Just unfortunately haven't got that grip towards the end of the race being on the medium, so they've still got the great result, but they just haven't got that the end of race pace where it counts.
Tell you what, I'm a very happy team owner watching the bad doctor there and currently in P6. I know all week he wasn't very confident about this race at all, so very, very happy with that result so far. If we can hold on to it. Subaru is 3 seconds back down the road behind him. It looks like the gap's growing a little bit. Yeah, but what a
brand new
drive.
softs as well. Brand new softs, so just keep an eye on that gap. Couple of laps left, 3 seconds. With Bad Doctor on worn softs and Subaru on brand new softs, it's going to be interesting to see just what happens in pace. So 2 minutes point 4 for the Bad Doctor, 1:59.6 for Subaru.
Wow, that's a bit of a difference.
So
Well,
might just be
Subaru.
content to finish 7th though. So he's done really, really well. Just wanted to stay out of trouble, and I think he's done a fantastic job today.
It might be a case of both those guys. I know both of them would be happy with the top 10 in this race, so I think it's a bit of a case of, you know what, if the pass is on, I'll let you have it, and we'll just go from there.
I think Gaz has had another moment as well, because he was about a second ahead of Lardas, and now he's 7 seconds behind, so not sure where that's happened.
This is the one you want to be watching though, cruising, the Goodmont. Another very solid performance from the Goodmont so far.
Oh, Black Dynamite's pulled over
Hey?
on the S's. He's in 14th. He's had a horrible run tonight. So,
Oh.
I don't know what's going on there.
Hazards are on. It's interesting. Okay. We got a bit of a fowie there for the Rugged Edge Aston Martin. Looks like it's let go. Well, they're ribbing the boss, old Counterpunch guys. They're in the chat telling them that Dreamers has got the hard work to do on Sunday now because the other guys have all put in a bit of effort.
Thanks for the bits, Ghost, and cruising.
Good work, guys. Thanks very much. Jeez, the bits are flying in. All right, we're on the final lap now, guys. Where'd that race go? It's just disappeared in front of our very eyes. Look at that. Dan leading the way, 11.1 seconds clear of the field. What a drive from Dan. I just can't rate this guy highly enough at the moment. On a track that just does not lend itself to the Hyundai at all. And he's just gone out here and just shown these guys the way. And he shouldn't be leading the race by now, but just that really, really good defence at the start of the third stint there, where Scotty was in a much faster car, caught him up, and he just positioned the car so well, it made Scotty try and do it the hard way and forced Scotty into a mistake, which has cost him the win of the race.
Psychological warfare, that's where it comes into it. You can be fast all you like, but when you're trying to fight someone that's putting it in the right spots, that's when you've got to think about it. So Scotty will be ruining that mistake for sure.
Absolutely. You can watch now Doremus. He's 12 seconds clear and pulling away. He's just winding her up now. He approaches Spoon for the last time. What a drive from Dan tonight.
Subaru's actually lost some time to Filthy, who's in 8th place at the moment. Less than a second between them, so fighting out for the general position. Who's going to win Mikey's heart tonight?
Oh, Scotty with a big drift through Spoon. I can understand the frustration there, Scotty. Alright. Dan's approaching Casio for the final time. Just get through in nice and tidy. That's the way. There we go, guys. Dan wins it. Counterpunch Racing, Penrite Racing takes the win. What a drive.
Well done, Dan.
Oh, Scotty
Great drive,
sideways
mate.
through the S's there.
Oh.
He's having a real dip here. Frustrated Scotty there for P2. Ragged Edge BOC Racing. Position number 3, the Goodmont. SP Tours Cruiser Motorsport. Great racing for the Goodmont there again. And look at this, GFL manages to recover for 4th. Great drive. He'd be ruining those couple of little mistakes for the race. There we go, Berry there. Both the Counterpunch Penrite cars in the top 5. Great job for them, guys. Beautiful work.
Well done, Counterpunch. Making the Hyundai boys proud with those results.
Bad Doctor comes 6th. I'm really happy with that effort. Great job, mate. Great drive.
Drive of the day, Subaru.
Yep.
7th position.
Great
From
job.
last to 7th. Well done,
Great
mate.
drive. Filthy Snags
finishes.
8th. Grim Death in 9th. And Lardos is going to back out the top 10. Well done. Great drive. Daz with a race to forget in position number 11. Luminous with another quiet one. P12. And Flat Stick. And then finished 13th overall. Looks like Black Dynamite hasn't finished the race at all.
Yeah, he hasn't dropped out or anything. I just don't know what's happened there. Brake lines might have snapped.
Interesting. He's not on the track. Is he off? He's off the track. Is he? Just not. He's still on the road.
Yeah, completely off.
Yeah, odd. Here comes Flatstick. Across the line there. Position number 13. Another rough day at the office for Flatstick, I think. There we go. Look at that. Dan and Scotty and the Goodmont all with clean races as well. No penalties at the top there. Thanks for the resub there, Hijacker.
Well done, Dan. What a drive.
Yeah, great drive. Started off the front row of the grid. Save your replay for me, sir. That'd be great. Started off the front row of the grid. Had a good fight for most of the race, and then just when it counted, was really good defensive driving there in that third stint, and gets him the win. That's all you need to do sometimes. You know, you don't have the car to get home for speed, but the other guy's got to get past still. So yeah, you can't stress enough the great driving there from Dan to finish. He won him the race in the end. He's probably okay for second in the end.
As Neil Crompton says, it's one thing getting to them, it's another matter passing them. So
exactly right.
Great job by Dan.
Look, the bits are still flying in. Cruising.
Do you want me to run through the results here for you?
Sure can, sir. Go for it.
So in first position with the win for the Hyundai Genesis Counterpunch squad, Dan the Man. Scotty in second place. Third, bronze medal, the Goodmont. Fourth is GFL. Berry finishes up in fifth. Bad Doctor in sixth. Subaru finishes up in seventh place. Filthy takes eighth. Ninth is Spring Death. 10th is Lardy Lardas. Daza finishing 11th. Luminous in 12th. Flightstick 13th. Black Dynamite in 14th with that unfortunate dropout. On the fastest lap of the race, Scotty R2 with a 158.297 on lap 16.
That was a good lap. Someone's having a bit of fun on the straight up in here. I'm not going to have a look at it, but I can hear it. All right, chat. Where's your driver of the day for me, please?
Just peeking over the fence there to see who's on the track, and it's Scotty just letting some frustration out with some burnouts. So there's always one.
There's always one. Won't give me TV time, but I can hear him doing it. Have a good one, Luminous.
Don't worry about that engine in Interlagos there, Scotty. Wait to see what V8 says about that, mate. Might need to look after that one.
All right, got some driver of the days coming in.
It's going to be tight because you could either take Subaru, you could take Dan.
Jim Bob says Dan. D says Dan. Well, that's not hard to guess why.
not biased there at all. Dadson's voted Dan. V8 has also voted Dan as well.
There you go. Look, they're all voting Dan. So, you know.
Who would you pick for driver of the day today?
Yeah, I'd like to say Subaru because he had, like we said, very little running time. But it looks like he's had some practice because he was up to the pace straight away. I think I'm going to go with the majority here and go with Dan. Just for that third stint. Like, the most of the race for Dan was a good race, and it was a solid race for the Hyundai. But that third stint, that really seals it for me. Just the car positioning and the awareness of what he needed to do with a much faster car closing up behind him. You could tell the lines he was taking. He was really forcing Scotty, without being aggressive, but forcing Scotty to make the tough call going around the outside there at turn one. And yeah, it really played into the strength of what he had going for him there too, and just forced the issue. And then Scotty going off, you could just wind the pedal back a bit and just run it home. So, yeah, no, great job from Dan. He's my vote for driver of the day.
Going to have to agree with you on that one. I think even as much as I want to vote for Subaru, like coming out on short notice, last to 7th or 8th, wherever it was, I forgot already. But, you know, he drove really well, kept it clean, made the most of his opportunities. But for me, I'm going to have to agree with Dan. Like, his final stint going up against Scotty, that is a battle of psychological warfare there, and he won it. And that, if you want to showcase some driving that shows off, you know, perfect defence lines, knowing where your opponent is, and just keeping them thinking, that's probably the showcase you could show off to aspiring drivers as well. So
Absolutely.
yeah, for me, I'm going to have to pick Dan.
Looks like he's got a lot of fans in the chat as well. I haven't seen anybody else been voted for yet. Dan, and Scotty, Dan. There you go. Oh, and Clinty Go voted for himself as well, even though he wasn't in the race.
So that also just proves that the Hyundais aren't as weak here as we thought they'd be. So Buckles had a good race in the Super A's. He finished 6th position, and then Dan takes the win tonight, very in 5th. So Hyundai is still a very, very good car. So it's not as weakened as it was at Yamagiwa down the road. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting for Super B and Super 2B just to see who does what there.
Yeah, Scotty, you had the car pace, mate. Probably not where you wanted to try and pass him, but again, it was Dan just making life tough for you. Understand taking the dive there, mate. It was a perfectly acceptable try. Just run out of road, mate. What can you do? Cut that AstroTurf and round she goes. The fact you got buried in the sand is probably what hurt it the most, because that runoff zone isn't very good once you get buried in over there. But
yeah, once you go off on that AstroTurf, if you can stay on the concrete there, that's all right. That's all good and well. But once you hit that kitty litter, you may as well go down to St Kilda and bury yourself in it. Like, that's that bad. So it's I feel bad for you, Scotty. But head up, next race, mate. So
yeah, it was very
coming up. So
yeah, it's another good track for the Aston, hopefully. Entertaining enough, hopefully, though. Yeah, well, definitely entertaining. You were live on screen when you went off, so we definitely caught it. So you'll be able to watch that back later and have a bit of a bo peep at it.
So Black Dynamite, wheel lost input at the end there. Could not have gone any worse today. Don't worry, mate. Hardware issues happen from time to time. We've experienced it tonight. So
yeah, you wheel boys having a real trouble, aren't you? Crikey.
Yeah. So all you got to do is just keep your head up, just focus on the next round, work hard, and the results will come. That's what it's all about, keeping your head up during those during the downtime. So it's what makes a champion. It's not about how many times you win, it's about how you bounce up after a loss.
Exactly right.
It's going to be fairly interesting to see the outcome of the points as well after this race. So Dan was in 3rd before the start of tonight, and with a win, he's going to be right up there, if not in the lead.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going to be very, very close up at that top part of the points table as well. With Scotty getting up there as well now, it's going to be a big, big fight. Scotty may be back in the points a little bit compared to the likes of Dan and the Goodmond and all that. But we've got, 6 rounds left. It's plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Exactly right.
You've got to think about the boys in Super 2B as well that want to join the fray. So Dick Withers is going to be really chomping at the bit to get into Super 2A.
Mm-hmm.
And I reckon it's not a matter of if, it's more when he joins, we're going to have one absolutely fantastic battle for this title.
Yeah. 100% agree with you there, mate. We've got to Dick Withers and that. A couple more guys that need to struggle up out of B. But I feel that after Suzuka, they're probably going to do that because they're the outright class of the field for Super 2B. So they'll find their way up. And then, it'll be just like Supercars, eh? There'll be all the pointy guys at the front of the field there, all the fast guys ready to bash it out. And we're onto some good races from round 3 and 4 onwards, I think. Some really good races.
No biased, I'm going to pick Zerks to win Super 2B for that one, so hopefully he joins the title fight.
Very good.
It's going to be fantastic. So, what's coming next, good doctor? What have we got coming up?
What day are we at? We're on Thursday now, so Sunday night is Supercars Group B live from Suzuka. And
that is going to be a hellacious battle. If we look at the last round of Super B, there is going to be, well, it's not just tension in the air. There's big egos clashing. Like, it's going to... I don't think I've seen a Super 2B race in a long time where it's going to be this tense, this exciting, and there's going to be a lot on the line.
There's a lot going on in Supercars B.
After the first round, wow. It's going to... myself, like, I'll be joining Super B, unfortunately. I blew an ankle out in Super A last round. And Mikey will be joining us as well into Super B. With us two in joining the fray, and then you've got likes of Captain, Charm, Solo Man, you've got Kizar as well, who's chomping at the bit to get into Super A. All of us, like all 14 drivers, are going to be wanting to get right into that field. So
yeah, absolutely. Kizar just missed out. He only just missed out by a couple of points. The crossover point, he just missed it. So he's dead keen to put another good result forward and get himself up into A to go assist Terry in the top end of the field.
Once he jumps in there, Revolution is going to be very tough to beat in the teams championship as well. They've really hammered down a marker after Yamagiwa, and they've started off in fine fashion with Terry getting the win, JFL getting fourth tonight, solid points all there. So it's gonna, which team's going to take the fight up to Revolution? That's my question.
Exactly. Revolution is they're going really well at the moment, and look, don't count out Counterpunch too. They've put on some decent points again this week as well. So it's good to see some of the teams really starting to stretch their legs a bit now and get some decent points on the board.
And that's right. With the results tonight, Counterpunch will be pushing their way up there, that's for sure. Battling in the little car that I love. So it's going to be, very, very intense Super 2B. I myself am looking forward to it. It's going to be a little bit of argy-bargy, but hopefully we can all put the egos aside and just have a good, hard, solid, clean race. That's all we need to see.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It's going to be fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Now they'll all get thrown out the window once turn one comes.
Oh, right. That's right. It's the Supercars Group B. That's right. Now I remember. It's not fine. It's not fine.
It's not, or how do you do, sir? I'll just let you by. No, it's just move.
Open the door on somebody just a little bit. All right, we're starting to ramble, so we might wrap it up there. So I'll just go through and do a little bit of thanking everybody. So first and foremost, thanks to Noble there for running the Super 3 room. I had to remember what I was talking about there. Another great job. Their room looked really good. Nice, flawlessly run room again. Massive thank you to Mr. Brent here for running the Supercars room. It ran really well again, mate. Great to see. You've got the race director thing down pat now, and I think you've done an absolutely awesome job for your first time in the box, mate. So congratulations on getting to a stream with me.
Mate, you're making me blush. So
very, very happy with it, mate. You've done an awesome job. It's great to see. Just guys, the amount of work that this fella's put in after getting the call up on what was it, Tuesday night. The amount of work and effort you've put in over the last couple of days is second to none, mate. It's a great effort. That's really, really appreciated. Awesome to see.
No, that's right. Thank you very much to you guys for, the good Dr. Ghost, Mikey, all the admins for, giving me a chance to jump in the box tonight. A little bit rusty, I thought I was, but, I had a good time. And, thanks to everyone that watched the stream tonight as well. You guys have been amazing, especially with the bits falling from the sky like it has been tonight. It's been fantastic. And, thanks to all the drivers as well for putting on such an entertaining race. It's been absolutely wonderful to watch. Some good, solid, hard racing there. Some great highs and some shady lows. But you gave us one hell of a stream to watch. So thank you very much to everyone.
Very good. There we go. Thanks to the guys that had a good race tonight. It was like Brent said, it was a great race to watch. Bit of everything going on. I'm really, really impressed with the quality of racing that's happening now, even in the lower categories. We're not all here just for Supercars A, which is the best of the best, but it's good to see the guys in the other categories really getting amongst it. Good to see some strategy players coming out tonight. Good to see some people trying something different. So the Counterpunch boys running home on the medium. Great to see you guys really embracing the two compounds. Thanks very much to the chat, you guys, just tonight. Again, just unreal. Great to see you guys really getting involved. Good to see the other guys from the teams all getting into it again. Getting on there, supporting your drivers. The bits
Thanks
tonight.
For the bits cruising.
The bits tonight, as there's some more come in, are just out of control. You guys are just unreal. I can't believe it.
I do have one more thing not to thank. Telstra.
Yeah, we're not thanking Telstra. Telstra can go jump off that Ferris wheel there.
Yeah, unfortunately. So, you know, we've done what we can tonight, and unfortunately these things happen. So
It's it. Something out of our control, but we managed to pull together something at the last minute, so we're all good.
we've done it.
We've done it. But on that note, guys, I think we might call it there and let everyone go to bed, because I know I'm tired. I need to get some sleep. So thanks very much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys on Sunday night for Supercars Group B.